Hey guys, my name is Dice, and I'm here at YogaGlo. Today I have a 5-minute practice for those of you that maybe tighten the hips, the pelvis, or the hamstrings. If you tend to sit at a desk all day, or you're just new to yoga, this is the practice for you. Let's go practice. Hey guys, so we have about 5 minutes to do 5 yoga poses together. Let's get started. First pose we're going to do is from a tabletop position. So the way you're going to align yourself here, see I'm putting my hands flat underneath my shoulders, my knees underneath my hips, and my feet can be curled under or on the tops of the feet. It's completely up to you what you want to do, but notice the box that I'm making with my body. And once we're set up, you're grabbing the floor with the fingers, the arms are fairly straight. You're going to slowly drop your chest towards your thumbs as you lift your head. You'll feel this nice little arch in your low back. Then exhale, you're going to push the ground away and feel this nice rounding through the back body. And then inhale, you're going to lift your head up again. You're going to feel that nice arch again. Exhale, you're going to push away. And we're going to keep going with this for about another 40 seconds. So this is a great way just to mobilize the spine and wake up the pelvis. So for those of you that sit at a desk all day, you're probably in this rounded shape quite often. By going back the other direction and sending your inner thighs back, feeling this arch position, you're just helping to counteract all the sitting that you do throughout the day. So it's just a great way to feel good and get things moving. About 20, 25 more seconds, just moving back and forth. It definitely helps to inhale as you arch, as you lift your head. It definitely helps to exhale as you push the ground away and round. Last, maybe 2 more. Inhale as you lift and feel the arch. Exhale as you push away and maybe drop your chin. All right, and then from that position, you're going to come back to a neutral spine, which means your spine is fairly straight. It's in between the two that we just did. From this position, all you're going to do, step your feet back nice and slow, still keeping the knees down. You're going to bring your forearms down to your mat. And what I want you to notice from the front here, my hands, my elbows, and my shoulders all line up in a straight line. I don't want to end up with my hands in and my elbows out. So try to find some symmetry as much as possible, okay? Once you have your forearms down, you're going to slowly step 1 foot back at a time, and you're going to end up in what we call forearm plank pose. Now, this is going to be a tough one for 1 minute. This is a great way to fire up your core and your legs, but we're going to try our best. If you come down with the knees, that's perfectly fine. Most important here, as you hold, your natural tendency will be to arch. You're probably already holding it, and you feel this natural tendency to dip. I want you to pull the belly in, pull the ribs in, and see if you can send your tailbone towards your heels, keeping the legs active. So there's a nice hollow position in the body. You should feel your core, your legs, your shoulders. Breathe deep through the nose as you hold. Try to keep the shoulders above the elbows. Palms are still rooted into the floor. We're a good 30 seconds in. Again, if it's too much, can you keep the belly strong? Just put your knees down. Add a little bit of support to the pose. Breath is still smooth through the nose. Last 20 seconds or so. Hopefully you still have a smile on your face. I know this is a tough one, but this is a great core strengthener, great full body engager. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to put your knees down. You're going to come back to your hands and knees so you're upright. Great job. From here, we're going to step our right foot forward, what we call Anjaneyasana, or just a lunge with the knee down. Most important here is you take the lunge just for alignment. It's going to be fairly quick. You want to make sure your knee and your heel, your front leg, are not walking a tightrope. You want to be about hips distance here. So find that alignment there. Once you're there, with your right foot forward, back toes can be curled under a foot flat. Please bring both hands up to your right thigh, so you're upright with the spine. Hold this position. If there's a natural tendency to fold forward, you just want to work on pushing with the hands and lifting the chest up. This will open up the front of your left hip, open up the left abdominal wall. It's also a great quad stretch. Breathe for about another 10 seconds or so. Keep the front heel pushing down. Keep the back leg stretching back. 3, 2, and 1. From there, we're going to put the hands back down. Maybe you're on fingertips. Step back to your tabletop. Step the left foot forward. Again, you want your feet hips distance. You want to make sure your front toes point forward. Back toes up to you what you do. Tucked under or top of the foot. Slowly upright the spine. Both hands come to your front thigh. Maybe it's the opposite hand on top this time. And once you're here, lightly squeeze your legs towards one another. And even a better cue, think about pulling your feet towards one another. This will upright the pelvis. Lift the spine up. Feel a nice deep stretch through the front of the right hip for probably another 5 more seconds or so. 3, 2, and 1. From there, you're going to put your hands down, back to tabletop. You're going to step your right foot forward once again. From this position, you're going to actually lift the back knee, spin the back heel down. Now, I want you to keep your right hip squeezing under. Reach your arms apart. This is what we call Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. This is actually a great hip opener as much as a hip strengthener. Most important, you want to make sure that that front knee is not buckling into the right. You want to keep the knee above the ankle, the hip pulling back as you reach the arms apart. Just about another 10 seconds in the pose. I know I'm cueing you through it, so you're holding already. Keep holding the hip under, keep that back leg nice and straight. Notice if you're leaning forward, try to lift the spine up. 3, 2, 1. You're going to take that left arm down to the floor. You'll step the right foot back, step the left foot forward, lift the back knee and spin the heel down. Slowly come up towards Warrior 2, second side. Again, making sure now with your left knee, don't want to buckle in. You want to keep the knee above the ankle, hip firming back. Back leg is strong, the arms are reaching apart. Spine is nice and upright rather than folding forward. For another 3, 2, and 1. From there, you're going to bring the hands down. From this position, we're going to finalize here with our big toes touching, knees nice and wide. It's a nice little forward fold that we call child's pose. So the hips will rest on the heels. The hips are up, that's fine. You'll bring your arms forward. Maybe your forehead comes down to the mat. If possible, the hips are on the heels. If not, you can put something behind your knees and relax and breathe. Just another 5, 4, 3, great way to stretch the low back, the inner groins. 2, and 1. From there, you're going to stay seated, but sit upright on the shins. Big toes are touching, preferably thighs are together. Thanks so much for practicing with me. I hope to see you next time.